Yo, happy day everybody, happy day. Let's start the year with 2022 trends for cryptocurrency. Even I don't know what's going to be happen in this year. There are a lot of things are coming, and what we think are going to be the most interesting topics in the blockchain with a lot of fun, because there's a lot of detail and growth right now and coming in the future, and some hidden nuggets for where the king of all cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, is going to be going. Hello everybody, it's done again from Peakdefi. Welcome back to the year of the future 2022. Like always, this is not a financial advice. All the content here is researched by my own, most inspired my reports from crypto.com or the crypto thesis of 2022 from Mesari, which has around 165 pages. I have read it all and picked the most related topics here for you. Let's get it! So starting with the collapse of institutional trust, which says it's all no institution is seen as both competent and ethical. Concludes the section by saying that things will get worse before they get better, and the censorship of crypto. Companies and users will become common as people look to cryptocurrencies an alternative to the status quo. Explains the cryptocurrency has everything it needs to reach mainstream adoption right now. Talented people working on crypto projects, lots of money flowing into the industry, and the timing of crypto development is here when it needed most. There are three scenarios of cryptocurrencies. Number one, the bull market top in early 2022. Followed by a bear market for sure, or a massive 10 times move across the board, climb to the all-time high in a super cycle, or also there's a growth of crypto asset under management. Now regarding the presence of venture capital, begins by breaking out a chart that shows the billions of dollars being invested into cryptocurrency. Institutions are finally here, and the fact that the money they invest tends to stay within the crypto industry. So watch out people, their numbers will continue to raise and growth in time, so watch out for the best time to invest. That bitcoins will hit 100,000 to 125,000 early 2022. For Ethereum, we expect at least a 3 to 5 times for Ethereum's current price of around 4,000, but doesn't think that Ethereum will flip Bitcoin by market cap, simply because Ethereum's money is essentially split between other smart contract cryptocurrencies. Next thing,
Bitcoin is the biggest dog of them all.
So another thing, Peter Schiff will continue to be wrong about.
So here we are coming to the point. Who's Peter Schiff? Peter Schiff is the guy who predicted the financial crash in 2008.
Continue to be the largest cryptocurrency in the future and right now. Still don't believe we should look at the mass adoption. The mass adoption, if we continue to see the kind of adoption numbers that we are looking at here, institutional adoption of crypto in 2021, traditional banks, financial houses seeking the option of crypto, right there's a number all the way back into March. Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, and the latest one right here with Credit Suisse in October. And there's a lot what's going on to be here in 2022. So the big future is already here. Gaming. Gaming is a very big thing we should talk about. Understand the prediction of gaming. Play to earn being one of the main vehicles for mass conversion in the crypto space. We have already talked about 2021. So being of one, if not the year. So to a certain extent, I would say gaming really busted on the scene right around the time the Bored Ape Yacht Club came into play from NFT standpoint. That's when I think people started really paying attention to gaming. From a traditional standpoint, meaning people that were investing in Cardano or Solana or Ethereum started looking at game sequences in terms of investment. So I think that is going to help with this mass adoption, and then of course NFT collectibles booming with NFT profile between the metaverse and the real world as the space majors and the ant, all of that, because if we don't see utility in a big way for the use of NFT, and I think that's what we are seeing now with games and also the potential of what digital assets are going to mean in that space. The biggest challenge in 2022 is to jump that go into licensing, access gameplay, maybe building a digital assets now. Things become a working NFT. That's a whole different angle than is definitely on the move, has a long-term horizon. If you look at this data right here, volume of users, gamers and gaming users experience exponential growth. This is what I was talking about, the growth capacity. A lot of this is indicative of Axie Infinity, and kind of when they broke out, we are talking about 1.3 million in volume and what they are claiming. And of course, this is what they search overall using much higher than this is now. A lot of you will probably point out in this video.
Axie Infinity is a digital pet community where players can sell their in-game characters for real money using the Ethereum blockchain.
There are 5 million gameplays in Axie Infinity, so kind of numbers, but I think the key here is that Crypto.com is trying to show is the adoption rate, is which these games companies are penetrating the market, even though it's still very early in the beginning of something big. So I think that is something for us to watch long term wisely, and how it might be to play in, how that might play into this. I want to jump over to a couple of things. Here let me go over the country slides. Alright, so let's jump to this slide right here, top crypto countries. This is based on investment sentiment on our 2022 strategy based on overall. They pulled around 121 million, that's in the database, when currently in the index over thousands of blockchains, and then all of the Binance smart chain listings. That's how we will pull in those APIs, able to track this data when you look at the countries where sentiment and amplification shows up. So you know the United States leads the way in terms of investment, which it should be because it's the largest in the terms of investors. And Canada number 2 and also the second largest, even though that's interesting because that's still a very small country compared to the United States. And they are leading as the number 2 in terms of total investment sentiment. And well, then you run into Singapore, which jumps a couple of slots up because they are not the third largest investment hub for cryptocurrency, but they are the third largest in terms of sentiment. Around crypto now, I feel like a lot of that comes from the gaming in the metaverse side, because of there's so many people in the Pacific Asian, they build up companies to make Axie Infinity, so gaming, play to earn. As a low budget earning country, you can earn a lot of crypto in that place. So I think that's showing out that their numbers are great high, and followed by the Britain. After that, then it's coming to Germany, where I coming from, and right behind them, this is the kind where the chart goes down to the people from everywhere in the world, from Malaysia, India and somewhere.